Indeed.
Pretty cringe.
Okay, there we go. Now we're started. Welcome to Legendary Legends Podcast.
Yeah. I tried my best.
I'm like, OBS does this weird thing where it just takes a minute to start recording, and it really bothers me sometimes. All right. I think this is a rather calm week, considering me and Matt got 3 games wrong in all of our picks.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's a kind of good. It's a good week. It's a calm week. I'm content.
It's a casual little thing.
I'm not happy that TSM lost to FlyQuest, but other than that,
yeah, that happened.
Big fucking W, I think. Yeah, I'll take. What's that? It's 12 out of 15. Hell yeah! If this was a 2-day weekend, me and Matt would have dropped 1 game and cursed IMT for existing.
You would have. I don't care that much about that shit, but I'm not in it for the fucking percentages anymore, man.
Look, all I'm saying is Golden Guardians beat TL. Or 100 Thieves. It was 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves, yeah.
Yeah, that's more expected. But I'll take it. CLG got a 2nd win.
Yeah.
Although wasn't that because they made the 100 Thieves Valorant roster play League this weekend, and the League roster play Valorant? Like there was a clerical error.
Oh no! Yeah, they showed up to the wrong day, so they just had to play for each other.
God.
Yeah,
they had to play in and.
Hiko, the clutch master, cannot clutch on Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
It's also, not his game.
I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna go.
Okay. So, predictable weekend, but unpredictable weekend. MSI is going to Iceland.
Woo!
I saw that too. That's gonna be wild.
If you had told me, like, at any time in the next decade that MSI was gonna go to fucking Iceland, I'd have been like, that's funny. You're fucking crazy. And yeah, still, if you told me like 3 days ago that they're going to Iceland and that's where you think they're going, I'd be like, you're fucking high. What is wrong with you? And then they come out and they're like, yo, we're going to Iceland. And I'm just like, wait, that makes a lot of sense right now.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, but I was just like, wow, they're really going to Iceland out here. Like, that's different. That's very different. It's like, cool. Yeah, shoot.
Can I ask?
I wonder how much tickets cost now.
There are no tickets. That's the whole point.
For now,
the online tickets cost.
How much do the online tickets?
Now you have to pay to watch it live on stream,
yeah.
or you get a VOD 1 month later.
Ew.
Yep. There you go.
Absolutely disgusting.
$10 for pro view.
They gotta make
it back.
Look, we gotta make them. Look, they gotta make their money. Just how like BlizzCon just had their thing. It's time for League of Legends to make their money again.
BlizzCon was free online.
No one needs to know about that. It's okay.
Nobody needs to know, Dion. We're not telling.
Shh, no one needs to know.
So how do we think this is gonna fare out? Now
I think it's gonna be a League of Legends tournament in Iceland.
Yes,
that's streamed online, so probably fine with the expected amount of technical difficulties.
I think it'll probably be basically fine, like everybody says. I'm wondering how they're gonna do commentating. If they're gonna remote all the commentating again, because that's what they did last year, except for, I think, finals. I'm not sure. I don't remember how they. Finals was in a stadium.
Finals was in a stadium.
But it was like at like a third capacity or something. I don't know. It's in China. They make their own goddamn rules.
Yeah.
But I don't think there will be an audience at all, considering it's in Iceland. Like, even if they sold tickets, how many people are gonna show up? And they don't want.
You'd be surprised.
They don't want. I'm not gonna say there wouldn't be 100,000 Chinese people flying from China to Iceland to watch these games, because I know there would be. But
would they let people show up?
Yeah, and they're not gonna create that motivation. The government wouldn't allow them to have this event like that. So God no.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the procedure that they're going with is 2-week quarantine beforehand. Then they're going into a format that's basically the play-ins format from Worlds.
Are they Are they doing it remote, or like are the teams going to be in the same building? Is it? Like,
I think it's going to be exactly like, what's it called? Well, just like Worlds with that stage and
Yeah.
shit. I'm not sure if they'll
Yeah.
do exactly the same stage or anything, but they're gonna do, I'd assume,
Something similar
the same
to that.
thing. Yeah. So
I mean, that makes
being
at the end.
isolated
Fair
in the middle of a
enough.
pandemic sounds like an easy way to have a rather safe tournament.
yeah.
Well, there's still the whole flying there part, which if they're not doing it privately, poses risk.
Well, that's what the 2-week quarantine beforehand is
True.
for.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Well,
like,
some of the players in the LCS are immune. Whether those players are going to MSI is beyond the point, but you know.
True. we're not
Who's
going
immune?
to use MSI.
Huh? CLG and Dignitas, I think, both got COVID at the start of the season.
oh, you can get COVID again, my guy.
Yeah.
I have not heard anything of that.
There are lots of
It's-
cases of it happening, my
I
man.
don't know.
Like it has been
Yeah.
in news stories. That is not. You just spread misinformation. Twitter's gonna mark your tweet.
Come get me!
Oh God.
How dare you start drama with me?
Hey.
This is a drama-free
Chat.
zone.
I mean, not
Chad,
drama. I'm
this is
just
your
telling you
chance. Clip the video now.
Clip
I'm
this.
not
That's it.
telling you anything drama. I'm just telling you once you get it, you can get it again, my man.
Clip it and send it to him on Twitter.
I'm
Anyway.
trying to start drama, Matt. Hang on, what? I gotta get my drama blow up.
He needs
Oh.
clout.
All of a sudden in the Twitch chat, the World Health Organization.
All right, yeah, 600 viewers mad at me for spreading misinformation about COVID for like 10 seconds. Let's go. All right. So next thing we got to talk about is Regi has issued a rather long statement on his position on the import rule. How many of you guys read through that?
I didn't even know it got dropped, my man.
So
Did I put it in
I
chat?
remember reading through some of this, and I'm just like, I'm looking at Reggie right now, just like,
I
get it, but
no, I didn't put
this
it in
ain't the
chat.
play. It's
No.
Well, here's
just
Can I
not
get
the
a
here-
play.
link? Can I get a link, boys? The
Uh,
statement?
someone
Is it
else
in
link
this
it. I'm in a. I can't link
Yes,
it.
yes, it is.
I don't see it in this chat. What the fuck?
No, it's
If
I
you
put
go
it
up to
somewhere.
February 27th.
Yeah.
That's the date.
Yeah, it's there.
I thought something else.
Yeah.
You can see it's the one that has a table.
Yeah.
Wait, like in this DM? There's nothing here. Then.
No, I think I
What?
put it in
Oh,
the.
there
in-
it is.
Oh, okay. there it
Oh,
is, yeah.
that's okay. No, I see it.
So-
I didn't know that was from Reggie.
Here's my number one
Mm-hmm.
problem with his statement. Instead of being like, "Oh, I said some dumb shit I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry." He just kind of was like, "I said some shit and you guys just didn't understand what I said." Cuz
Yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting here like, why would you say that he's going to go make minimum if he's also
Which
losing
clearly,
his job?
Again, clearly didn't mean LCS minimum.
I don't get it.
Clearly did not mean LCS minimum.
Like, I feel okay. So I heard from a few other people that they kind of talk about minimum in that kind of verbiage like that. But the part that
But it's a
prefaces
public
it,
tweet. But it's a public
Yeah.
tweet that other people can read, my man.
yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not how people talk. But the part before it is my bigger question. Is like, how can you say he's going to lose his job and then make minimum? Like, what kind of fucking statement
Also,
is that?
that is how people talk, dude. Like, if you and I have an inside joke that wouldn't make sense, and
Yeah,
would
but then we
sound
make
really
it on Twitter
fucking-
all the time.
No, I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I would speak in a way. Like, if I meant minimum, but LCS minimum, I would be cognizant of the fact that, like, not everyone is keen to that verbiage. And, like, the fact that he didn't even consider other meanings of the tweet is bad, right? And, like, you can't just be like, oh, it's okay, so other people talk.
Well-
Like, it is how people talk, my guy. Like, people change how they talk on Twitter all the time so other people understand them. It's not that much to ask.
And
But
I'm not saying it's much to ask. I'm just saying he's speaking how he would normally talk about the subject a little bit, but I still don't understand how the first half of the sentence fits together.
Look, at this point, this is not an apology anymore. This is just like,
He's doubling
Yeah.
down. He's just like,
yeah, he's
it's
just
gonna-
like,
he
he's
literally
like, these are
said
the
kill
reasons
yourself.
why. Yeah, he's like, these are the reasons why we're gonna do this. Anyway.
It's also really dramatic, right? He's saying it could kill the LCS. It's not like, oh, it could hamper our ability to compete or grow. It could kill the league. And that's a really dramatic claim to make,
Well,
right? And
I don't know how he thinks that, like, the import rule is killing the league and not the lack of success. And how, like, he's blaming the lack of success on the import rule, which is diametrically opposed to the rest of the community's position on this, where we think the import rule preserves the integrity of a North American league, and that it doesn't we should be playing with these rules in place like any other game we have to play.
Bro.
Am I?
You did.
Well, the recording can hear me.
Oh, a little bit.
Well, we didn't,
Yeah.
so we can't respond.
So where'd I lag out?
Most of it.
Okay.
The integrity of the NA League.
Yeah.
The community views it as a rule to keep the integrity of the league, and the owners are viewing it as a limitation on the growth of the league. But people want to watch North American League of Legends. They don't want to watch Overwatch League. If we wanted to watch any other, like a lot of international teams and all this other stuff, it's there. We can go watch it. LCK is a bit in the air at the moment, but we can go watch the leagues if we wanted to. Like, we're clearly not watching NA to watch the best League of Legends in the world, by the way. Like, if I wanted to literally watch the best teams play, I'd go watch LPL. Like, that would happen. But I just want to watch NA because it's a lot more entertaining for me.
And it's better for our time. Look, better time zones out here. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not all like you, bro. We're not all on the fucking LPL sleep schedule.
We're all not creatures of the night. It's okay. Anyways,
he's really fully leaning into this, where he's like, "All right, we want to be able to compete without,
but like,
this is
on a world stage without first growing North American League of Legends." Like, there's a bold statement where he says, "We believe that increasing global competitive strength is more important than indexing solely on local representation for the growth and longevity of the LCS." Like, that's a pretty apparent statement that he's like, "All right, we just let us import another team, just the entire one."
That's a very bold claim. Just he's
Spoiled
like,
of cotton. Let's see how it pays off, my guy.
yeah, I really do want to see this go off and then blow up right in his face. Like,
I want to see what a lot of the other owners in the other 4 leagues or 3 leagues think of whatever the fuck the NA owners are trying to do. Because it's a global rule. They have to change it for everyone. They can't just change it for NA.
For NA, yeah.
So
this would be so weird.
So what does China think about this? Are the Chinese owners like, yeah, let's just grab a bunch of Korean players. They'll do well here. Because I'd love to see that happen, to be honest. That I would find entertaining. Is to watch a full team of 5 Koreans off the ladder just go into LPL and get smashed.
Oh my god. That'd be
LPL has enough teams that it would be under consideration for a lot of them. They have so many teams.
I think they're up to 16 at the moment. I'm not sure. But like
that.
They had a single round robin last year, and I'm just sitting here like, that's awful. You need to conference this fucking league. What I want to know is, why do they keep talking about ping like it fucking matters? I don't understand why they seem to be convinced that ping has any bearing on the performance of North America at Worlds. The community is convinced of this too. Like, it's the dumbest fucking argument, because they gave them an out. They can hold in-houses on the server. They can get invites to top challenger players to join the Tournament Realm server. Like, and guess what? Chinese players were playing on Korea at 40 plus ping because it was just better. Like, I hate that they use ping as if it fucking matters, and as if Riot can do anything about it without nuking their product in NA. I have a giant list of quoted grievances that I posted in the thread.
All right, let's see. Okay,
no, it's really long. I'm just kind of poking out the good parts.
Come on, bring it out, Martin Luther.
Spit the heat, Martin Luther. Let's get this Protestant shit going. Let's get it popping. Okay,
so he asked what happened to Clg Versus Tsm peaking at 600k concurrence and where it's now. I responded with, I don't know, ask CLG. He says something about how other leagues are just better and have better players and better talent to go into their leagues, and I'm just kind of sitting here like, so why didn't you buy a team in that league? Why did you buy an NA team if you think that it's the other leagues are just better and you'll have more success there and make more money? Why are you here? Why are you in the North American League if you're not going to play to the North American market and to the North American players? I don't get it.
Like at this point, it's like you either just make NA better, or like you just have to make NA better, or just
play with the rules.
Yeah, take the eat that L. That's all you got to do. Like 2 ways out of it.
So they tried to connect the league dying to something. I forget the example they tried to use.
The LFL.
LFL?
The LFL?
League of Legends French league?
No. They tried to compare the league going downhill, like in viewership wise, to another sport that lost interest. I don't remember what it is. And I don't
was
know
it
if
an
I
e-sport?
included. No, it was a normal sport.
Who? That's a good.
I might be remembering something from another thing. Because I also watched Primal talk about this week, and Primal
on the Travis show.
Yeah, Primal made these rules. He wrote these rules, and one of the guys who wrote it with him came onto the show as the first guest and kind of roasted him a bit. Not in a bad way. He was just like busting his balls,
joshing around.
Yeah.
So he had some interesting takes on it. I cannot remember them for the life of me right now, though. But I don't understand these owners. I don't like. What do they want out of the North American League of Legends? Do they just want money because they shouldn't have invested in this because it's clearly not profitable and it hasn't been profitable for them? Clearly, it was a bad investment. Clearly, we should be paying these players less money. Don't you think we should be paying the players less money? Because you know what? I don't think we're gonna make it out of groups again. What do you guys think? Is that a bold statement?
We got the dub. No, we got the World Finals appearance. We got the whole ass dub right here on deck. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we're in it.
Look, we paid $6 million for perks. We got it. You ready?
No. We paid more than $6 million for perks. We paid $5 million for his buyout.
True.
We paid $6 million for Sword Art. That's what we did.
Mm-hmm. No, we're getting dubs here, boys. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're still winning though. It's okay. We got
it's
worlds.
Dubs on dubs. It's actually dubs on dubs.
Can I ask? Have you guys seen the GBay 99 video?
Rude of you to assume.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
You can talk about some of the stuff I linked last week since you weren't here.
Yeah.
I disagree. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's all right. I'll move on.
No, do it. I was just being an asshole.
No.
I have to say I 100% agreed with GBay in the fact that like he brought up all the historical points about Alliance to coming to North America and just wiping the North American League of Legends. It's there's nothing really to stop that. Alliance
sure.
When I might have it wrong. LMQ, is that it?
Yeah,
LMQ,
they finished third.
LMQ.
They finished third. They were good, but they weren't actually that great.
But they were still like not a great team in China, and they still got third within like the NA LCS.
There were more teams in China than there were in NA at the time, though. But
still, I mean,
that is fair.
But I think out of that video, his better point was about a StarCraft, because just the StarCraft pros would just come and qualify in other regions to go play instead of having to fight to qualify for the 4 spots or 8 spots from Korea or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems like it's gonna happen. And if you are still here listening to these words and saying, I don't think a North American team will ever just buy 5 foreign players and field them, you're wrong.
You've never been in NA for your life then.
This has happened
exactly
before.
What we're gonna do.
Steve is trying to do it slowly. If you don't think Tactical's about to get replaced as soon as he can fill another spot with a resident import, you're crazy.
Over.
Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I struggle to understand the motivations of these owners and why they think they're right. Like, I read through this whole thing from Regi, and I just see gigantic plot holes in his narrative that he is ignoring to get his point across. And I'm just like, is he okay, to Reggie's credit, he's like, I want to understand what the community thinks and how the community feels in the responses to this thing. To his credit, he asked for clarity. But in the same article, he wrote that the discourse and communication about this has been lacking on this nuanced situation. But it's his fault.
But it's because of tweets like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
tweets like that gets like misread, and
Reggie's out here
It's
bashing
also
players.
just not like a great way to open up a channel of communication and be like, XD, fuck all of you. Like,
well, yeah.
Reggie's out here bashing players, and Jack's out here calling the fans racist. Like, I don't get it. What the fuck are you people doing? Has nobody taken a 20-minute PR course and don't belittle your fans or your employees in a public manner like this? It's fucking lesson 1. It said employees.
Close enough. Anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't fucking tweet about it if you actually think it needs to be kept secret. And then don't go yelling about imports like they're gonna win you games and lose to 5 native talents. And then don't have 5 native talents on your teams. Promote it as a native team and then go out publicly state that you're in favor of removing the import rule, Dignitas. Don't do it. It's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the dumbest fucking move.
I wish I could ask President Dignitas that question right now, even though I met him. That was only if I could.
Which question? Why he did that?
why?
Yeah, why he's choosing for this.
Who hurt you?
Well,
Why?
the answer is that his media manager is not the same person as him and put that tweet out, and then someone's like, "This is a bad tweet. Don't do that."
Yeah, but still, I just want to know why he's in favor of all this, though.
I mean, well,
apparently he did not get that media manager did not get that memo. He was like, "Oh no."
I mean, the answer is they think it will make them more money. That's the easy answer.
Right,
I don't have a problem with that motivation for these teams. I have a problem with them not understanding that it will make them less money. I don't see the more money coming in from this.
Mm-hmm.
The only way this makes them more money is if they're like, okay, NA League of Legends, it's dead. LCS, now the Premier International League. That's the only way.
Yeah.
And that's not happening. And if that happened, I'd be unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people will be unhappy.
All right. Has everybody said their piece about the import rule? Haymant, you haven't been here. You weren't here last week. You got any more to say or no?
I think like the current import rule is fine as it is. That's all.
How would you feel if they added more entrants for wildcards to get into major regions and didn't count as imports in some way?
I would actually love that. I'm happy to see Jose Dioto here on FlyQuest. He's been performing pretty well.
They have done a content piece about Jose Dioto for every week for like 4 weeks.
Yeah,
it's really annoying.
It's the only thing that's keeping us going.
I'm not talking about FlyQuest. I'm talking about LCS.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
LCS is doing it.
It's so
Azale right at the beginning did the copy pasta. Right at the beginning when LCS started.
What copy pasta?
Where it's something like Jose Dioto for those who don't know him. Like he's the bread for the hungry. Like so on.
Yeah.
Right.
They had him ask the casters, or he was asked what his favorite Argentinian food is, and then the casters had to guess what it was that he was about to bring up, and everybody's like, we don't really know what is a specific Argentinian food. Someone brings up one thing that I don't even know if it's actual Argentinian, and then Kobe's like, are empanadas Argentinian? He's like, I choose empanadas, and then everybody's like, I don't know, everybody's got empanadas. Fucking empanadas was the answer. He suggested empanadas.
What a Chad.
Yeah.
That was the
empanadas
best part
are
of the
really
day.
good though, to be fair.
To be fair.
All right, that has to do with our cultural enrichment segment on the show. Let's talk about
This is Anthony's cultural sensitivity training.
Yeah, this is it.
Let's talk about some of these games from this week.
I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, boy.
So, Pobelter is starting for CLG, and They look a lot
Back at it
better.
again with the Poe Belter.
They won a game.
They
with
did win a
Poe.
game. They
Wait,
won
it's
a
almost
game
like Poe Belter's
against Dignitas.
Pretty good. Dignitas isn't bad
I mean-
right now, shockingly.
Yeah, Dignitas ain't that bad.
They're not that bad, but if they'd beaten,
No, it's not like they took down a fucking, one of the best teams in the world, but like, don't think they would have beat Dig before. So
Yeah.
So even with Poe Belter, they still have that. They have an okay early game. The early game seems to be the best part of their game, and then it just sort of starts going like this all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know I was 100% ready to just flame CLG completely after watching the beginning part of the CLG versus Dignitas game. I was ready to burn them because their games have been really weird. Did you see? Of course, you saw the CLG versus TSM game.
I was actually only half watching that game. I was only half watching a lot of the games this week.
Okay.
But this game was an absolute blowout from what I was half watching. Like they locked in fucking Jace top lane against Gnar. Do you know how badly Jace batters Gnar? Like how the fuck do you end up in that matchup?
Yeah.
And then they ran. I think they ran almost this exact comp against Dignitas the next day, but like not Dignitas, FlyQuest.
No, FlyQuest. Yeah.
But the Skarner's actually pretty good here because Lilia's job is to enter the backline and ult 4 people. But guess what? If I drag you into the backline while you're CC'd, you can't ult 4 people. You just get killed.
You just die. That's it.
you get what is called bodied.
So you just chuck Rakan at the other team. Skarner grabs a target. And then everybody's happy because you killed the target, and now the other team's still CC'd. And then you just kill them. Because Rakan CC is dumb. But, oh my god, it's the exact same team comp. Like, literally. I'm now very unhappy they lost this game. Because I know Silas is the reason they lost this game. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it is.
Wait.
They switched sides, and I thought PoE was playing as Zero in one of the games. So yeah, fuck Silas. I hate Silas. Silas is the bane of TSM's existence.
Yes.
I thought the import rule was the bane of TSM's existence. Or is
No.
that you ask Regi?
No, that's Reggie's opinion. Reggie's a fucking idiot.
Damn.
Anyway, oh boy.
So.
Oh boy.
My man's swanging, Dio.
Yeah,
My man is swanging.
So back to CLG. They've added
Ultra.
Broxa and Poe Belter. Do we think that they have improved to a degree that we would not keep them in last place?
I need to see another week, I think.
Yes, I agree with that one. Because it's very impressive to lose a game with, I believe, a Dragon Soul. I forget which one, and Elder. They've been
doing that for the entirety of last year, though.
I know, and it hurts. It does hurt, but largely, like, you expect like a 5-veteran roster to be able to have like a good macro, or at least like a decent macro, but it doesn't seem to be panning out as well as I'd like it to. Once again, we can give it a bit more time, but some of their decision makings have been questionable throughout their games.
So walking into this, we said that this was a team of role players, and in League of Legends, okay, everybody didn't say this. Matt disagreed with this, but in League of Legends,
shout out to San Antonio Spurs.
A team of role players has never succeeded and has always done this really middling thing that CLG is kind of doing right now, and they're dropping the ball at every key moment. The role player team typically is able to beat a lot of the the development rosters or the newer rosters, and they can keep up a competent.
Or just like a bottom tier roster that's like all bad players.
Yeah, but like CLG is losing to Golden Guardians. Like they can't handle FlyQuest. Even though FlyQuest is another team of kind of role players, though I kind of say they have more star power. They're losing to Immortals, who is also a team of new players that needs to develop. Like, I don't understand why this team can't like just choose a game plan and stick with it for 2 weeks and then win a couple of games. They just can't do it. I actually kind of think it might be because of the accelerated schedule, not giving them enough time to like pick a strategy and just practice it.
Yeah.
And just run it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think also like they were particularly behind not having Broxa at those beginning weeks. That would make a huge difference.
They're
Yeah,
running
but then
Wiggly.
presumably him getting here should have.
It should have done.
Changed
It
it
should have
a
been a
bit.
gigantic like from here to maybe a little bit here.
Yeah.
So you
So
know,
that's
I
not
don't
what
even think it
happened.
needs to be gigantic off the rip, right? Because if you haven't had any time to practice with your team because you've been stuck, right, in like import purgatory, then like you might not be like week 1 goated with the team, but like you should have had some practice. But I don't know.
Yeah. At this point, you should have practice with.
like yeah, the teams have done better with less practice with worse players. Like nobody. Within the last 2 years, every single player on this roster was like competing for best in their role in their region.
Yeah.
Like I don't fucking get it. How the fuck does this happen? How does this team come together and look so shit? And what? Like I question why I thought they were a 10th place team. Looking at the records of or the accolades of this roster, it's just it feels like sacrilege to me that I had that conclusion and I'm being proven right. And that signals to me that it's the support staff, that there's something wrong with the support staff for CLG, and that it's just there's no fucking saving this team. They're screwed. They're gonna be 10th place next. I should say next split. It's gonna continue, but they're gonna finish the entire season probably 10th or 9th place, if barring Golden Guardians blowing up. And that's just reality. And I am rather confident that that's going to happen. Like, I don't see this happening. They're not getting to playoffs this time, I'll tell you that. One more loss and they're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
I agree.
You're not wrong about that, but yeah. CLG just you just look at all these names. Broxa, Pobel to Wild Turtle, Smoothie.
Like they're good.
Mm-hmm.
These are good players.
You
just seeing them play like this.
Wild Turtle finished 2nd last split. 2nd. He looked amazing last split. And now he's on CLG, and it like everyone looks like they're chickens with their heads cut off, running around the map just trying to make something happen.
Broxa,
yeah,
he was one of the best jungles out there. Wait, he was on team. He was on TL. Like he was there at Worlds. Why is he at 10th?
Like you could do that for every fucking player. Finn went to Worlds last year.
Yeah, like this is.
It's
it
really feels like they need to come up with one game plan that they can rely on and commit to it and keep on doing that like week in and week out. But they need to be able to get the ins and outs of at least one general team composition they want, even if
just play 2.5 tanks, a mage, a control mage, and an AD hyper carry, and you just play to that. You stall the game out to 40 minutes every time, try to get that pentakill on your AD carry, and win the game. It's worked for TSM for fucking 10 years, it's gonna work for CLG, I'll tell you that much.
I'm going the opposite way. I say do something like super aggressive in the early game.
That's how you throw.
Yeah.
That's
is
Haymant,
true.
Haymant, this is why you having gold is a problem, because you get this gigantic lead, and then you decide to try to make a big play, and that gigantic lead just gets chucked right out the window.
Sometimes it goes the opposite. Sometimes it goes like, oh, I have a lead, and then I go to another. Why am I talking about my gameplay right now? Hold up just a second.
Because I started talking about your gameplay.
All right. More importantly, I need CLG to actually make like good macro decisions and pick a simple comp to execute with that.
You know, Anthony,
what?
And I think you found the real problem why we were not going to NA. The support staff.
Yeah, that's
right. It's like that. Like that's like I think that like that's the real core reason. Like this whole info rule and all. Like we goes back to the whole import rule. Is like we think it's the players that's good, like that players that needs to be better. No, it's not even just that. We have the players. We have the capacity to have good players. Just that.
So we need to import our support staff.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. That's what it's really looking like. That might be the play.
Well, they do have 2 American coaches on their LLoLP page listed, so you know.
No shoot.
All right, we gotta
see. You hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Cloud9 has Reignover and Mithy. They aren't from North America.
Yeah.
Damn.
We should do a segment about Reignover next week and see how he's doing.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna write that down. All right. Next topic, real quick. What the fuck is FlyQuest? How did they lose to fucking Team Liquid and they just smash TSM? What the hell? It's like Dignitas all over again, except I have significantly less confidence.
Can I ask, what did FlyQuest play in the mid lane against their game against TSM?
I think it was Azir.
They played against. They're playing Silas.
Oh right, yeah, that was the Silas game.
Fuck
Silas.
A lot.
Silas is broken.
Yeah.
So notably, what's been occurring is that most of the time when FlyQuest does have these successful wins, like we know, like, all right, Licorice is kind of hot and cold, but he's
the stable part of their team. What?
It's him and Jose Dioto. He has some bad games, but it's very rare that he does have them. The bigger question about whether they win or lose a game is how Palafox is actually doing in lane. If Palafox gets something that he's comfortable on, if he gets a Kali, if he gets that Silas, then it does look like they have a fighting chance. If he doesn't get blown out, it looks like they're good. Diamond, I've kind of given up on. Johnson, if you get he's with Diamond.
Damn.
That's his lane partner.
Do the bot lane out. Oh no.
All right, ladies, you heard it here first. Do not buy Haymant diamonds. He does not like diamonds.
No, I don't. But Jose Dioto has been like a bright spot for this roster. Licorice has been a bright spot for this roster. When Palafox shows up, they can do things. But the problem is that Palafox, again, has those very specific picks where if he's on an Akali, if he's on like some sort of melee assassin, he seems fine playing them. But he's definitely not the one where you go like, oh, he's gonna have a good game into most of these mid laners. But if somehow Palafox has like a good laning phase, it does indicate like good things for FlyQuest during that game.
Palafox is definitely like the keystone of this team right now, and it's honestly not in a good way. Because when you put all the pressure on one player performing while the bot lane only kind of performs and only just kind of farms most of the game and gets blasted half the time, and the top side of the map, who seems to be able to handle most other matchups in the league, like, it's bad that we need Palafox to pop off every game, otherwise it's a guaranteed loss. I think the Silas here was basically the best pick possible. I don't like that TSM basically gave him some amazing ultimates to use out of Silas and Rakan. Skarner and Rakan. It's just, I don't know why you pick Rakan here instead of, like, I don't know. They picked Rel support, right?
Yeah, they picked him.
Because the thing I'm looking at has it's broken. So I don't know that Rakan is actually good into Rel support. It doesn't seem that good. I guess the mobility's fine, but I don't agree that that's a good matchup. I feel like you could have picked so many other things that are also just kind of useless for Silas to pick up. Like, I don't feel like Blitzcrank's that bad here, but I guess there aren't a lot of good targets to grab. Even grabbing Silas isn't a great grab. So,
I mean, you could have maybe done like Tom Hench, maybe?
No, you don't want to pick TK unless you're running fasting Senna. Though I think
Nah.
fasting Senna probably would have been
Persona,
okay
bring
here.
it back, boys.
No.
Persona.
You know what? I think Seraphine support might have actually been pretty good here, but that's giving Silas.
Yeah,
another
but the
ult.
Silas.
Yeah, the Silas. Let's
You
give
think it's
Silas Seraphine ultimate.
Yeah, Silas.
Yeah, that'll
Oh
hurt.
god, that's a horrifying.
That'll hurt a lot.
So I feel like TSM just got absolutely bamboozled into running the same comp they ran the day before. Like, sure, it worked really good against CLG. This isn't CLG. What are you doing? This isn't a best of 3 or a best of 5 where you're doing the salty run back here. Like, come on.
Yeah, if they'd done even something like, all right, we're gonna take something where you have 3 strong laners and then pressure Jose Diodo on the Mundo, right? That would have been a pretty good strategy.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about Mundo. You don't beat him with your carries, you beat him with your tanks. Mundo can't kill a tank. So you can just put the tank on a split push, and there's nothing that the rest of the team can do about it. Now it's jungle, but the point stands. If the Mundo can't get through the tank, then the Mundo is useless and you can ignore him.
Useless.
But if the Mundo isn't going to get Skarner ulted, doesn't give a shit about Syndra ultimate, and doesn't give a shit about Jace damage, the only person who can touch him is, what's her name? Kaisa. And Rakan only has 3 seconds, maybe 4 of CC at all.
I would say like 3 seconds.
So, how you're supposed to kill him is beyond me. And then you have fucking Silas on top of him as you're fucking kiting Mundo with 4 people. Like,
this Kaiser damage is about to be wild. You gotta believe. I wish I could help. I could like truly laugh at them, but it's sad.
Someone explain FlyQuest to me. I hate that part of the league this year where everything doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yes.
It's so annoying that there's so much shit that just, like, the circle of suck just keeps on sucking.
Look, this is the circle of ups. It's okay.
Okay. I don't have anything to prove this, but game time seems to be up right now. Has anybody else felt that? Game time seems to be up. Like, overall game time.
Going from like 30 minutes to 40 minutes?
Yeah, like it seems like games used to be kind of trending towards sub 30 towards the end of last year, but now the games are like pushing 40 minutes almost every time.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I fucking love it because late game League of Legends is the best League of Legends.
Is this happening in other regions too, or just NA?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't have those stats.
I think it might be happening like LEC. I think it might be happening a little bit more in LEC as well. But
Word.
Let me see. Can I check game time?
Can we talk about while we have time?
What?
Anthony.
What?
You're oh my god, your board is wrong.
My board is wrong?
You gotta change your numbers, Chief.
What numbers?
About perks.
Oh, yeah, I know what's wrong.
Oh.
And while we're on perks,
can you time.
Can you talk about the good old pick that he did in mid lane of the Yasuo?
I'm mad they didn't lose that game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm mad that we didn't lose that game. We actually won. I was very saddened.
Wild Turtle has 2 of the best farming games in the league.
My man's a beast.
So okay, so the order of best farming in a game is Power of Evil on Victor, Power of Evil on Azir, Wild Turtle on Aphelios, and then Wild Turtle on Xayah. And then it's lost. What the fuck? Late game, man.
Somehow he's in 10th, and somehow he's in 10th place.
Oh, these are all like sub 35-minute games. Holy shit.
And somehow he's in 10th place. Thinking.
They really need to get their macro decisions together. Oh god.
Somewhere, someone's pulling the strings on all of this.
Average game time.
Whoever's writing this script should get a raise, Doug.
Average game time overall for
And
LEC.
before we see the scandals,
Average
here we
game time
go.
for LEC is 33:14. NA is 33:47. LCK is 33:07. So it looks like it's
Sort of
the-
universal.
Yeah, the game time is kind of the same. So yeah, this looks
Yeah.
a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can check.
I mean, not like dummy higher though.
no.
Yeah, it's
Well,
not like
Okay, by comparison to lock-in was 30:42.
okay.
So it's trending up in NA at least, especially looking from lock-in, which is kind of where I'm getting this impression from. Like, I can't believe that we had so many 40-minute plus games with 4 Barons in it, 2 Elder Dragons, and we're like fighting it out for the fucking Nexuses. We're about to pull out the EU special of get Baron, go to the enemy Nexus, lose the fight, then go to our Nexus, they lose the fight again, pick up Elder, go to the enemy Nexus, lose again, and then go back to ours and lose.
Yeah.
I miss the EU special, man. That was the best League of Legends. That was fucking funny to watch every time. They're just like, the LEC is so good. They have so many good games. I'm just sitting here watching like their top 3 teams fight it out in an EU special. I'm like, man, this is peak League of Legends, boys and girls.
Look, and that's why that's why I respect that. Look, I respect them. They give us good stuff like they rival the NA nature that is Monkey. So
Hold up, it's time to go full monkey.
yep.
Yo, Dion, I caught the name Full Monkey, MONKE in WoW.
Wait. You got that in WoW?
I got
You
that on
actually-
a full server. I got the receipts, bro. I'll fucking stream my screen after this pod. I'll show you, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Hold
Alright.
up, it's time to go full monkey.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Get
Let's
that
go
WoW.
talk about our
Goated
predictions
shit.
for next week.
No.
No?
All right.
No?
We need to talk about our predictions for last week.
You want to go talk about those specifically?
No. I was gonna say we should predict last week's games now, with hindsight being what it is.
We already only missed 3 of them, Matt. I don't want to tarnish that record.
Fair.
All right.
Boy.
What? Oh,
What?
I was wondering why. Wait, this didn't update. Damn it!
Uh-oh.
I haven't done it. Just the files didn't do the right thing.
Okay, no visuals then.
No, it's gonna take me 2 seconds.
It's a lot of dead air.
A lot of dead air, but that's not uncommon for this show.
That's
do-
true
to
and
me.
honestly a
Boom.
problem.
There they go. I mean, there's only so much I can do. Okay. I can't run production and get rid of the dead air at the same time. Alrighty.
Because you're
Or
bad at what
can
you
you?
do.
Here we go. Now, I have picked out 3 games for us to talk about more specifically, but if there's any other games that people are looking forward to, speak now or forever hold your peace.
All right.
Is that a big fat fucking nope?
All right. Let's hear it.
I don't. I mean, I'm fine with this.
Okay. So first up, we got 100 Thieves versus TSM. A battle of second place. And a potential battle for first place, depending on how this day goes. And I think actually 2 days need to go pretty badly for C9 for TSM to be able to fight them for first place. Wait a minute, hang on. Before we do that, Haymant picked Dignitas to beat TSM.
You picked CLG
Yes.
to beat TL.
You're goddamn right I did!
Wait.
Yeah, you
What?
can't. I'm not gonna let you like attack Monty when you're making these calls.
Wait. You can't. Yeah,
I am
you
thinking...
become invalid.
I am thinking truly counter logic.
Aren't you a TSM fan?
You're right.
What does
What does
going
that have to
on
do with
here?
CLG and TL?
You should never pick CLG to win. It's the only rivalry
Yeah.
you
It's
have.
a rule.
You're picking COG.
Yeah.
I didn't say they wouldn't get last place. I said they're gonna beat TL, which I expect them to beat TL. I expect Broxa and Pobelter to bring their A plus S tier kind of game and absolutely smash these kids. I'm expecting it, and when they don't, I'll never pick them again.
You know Core JJ is goated, right? I just want to make sure of this.
Obviously, he
that's
knows Core
nice.
JJ is good.
What does that have to do with blowing up a Nexus?
Okay. All right. Moving on. Predictions.
That is a prediction,
This
Haymont.
man's insane.
This is the time where we flame each other for our stupid ass predictions.
Yeah.
Oh.
'Cause you're-
Because I tried to flame you for Dignitas and everybody jumped on me for CLG.
Yeah, because it's dumber.
It's
really
CLG!
like
You literally proved a why they're in 10th place, and now you say they're gonna win a game.
against T fucking L, by the way.
Oh my god!
I love watching Dion just have this tiny ass conniption over this. This is wonderful.
It's like you gave out your heart, and it's like, yeah, that's why CLG is gonna win this next game.
Yeah.
No doubts.
Counter logic. Hey, Haymont has them beating IMT, which is honestly pretty close if you look at the standings.
I mean,
What about the intangibles, bro?
You're right. CLG does have a negative on their intangibles.
damn. Yeah.
All right. So back to Dignitas beating TSM. I actually brought this up because I want to know the reason that Haymont thinks Dignitas will beat TSM. Because I think there can be a reason here.
First, I think more so because Dignitas is willing to try more things. Against TSM, and TSM just play very standard most of the time. I think the Recon pick was like the spiciest pick that I've seen from them.
Really? Wait, didn't they play Kane?
That was
Was that lock-in?
Or lock-in.
That might have been lock-in. The most spiciest thing that they played.
But
That's a good point.
I do need to back this up a bit more in saying that Afromu, like, yes, they did lose against CLG, but I'm pretty sure that's because Afromu wasn't as familiar with how to handle that Cled or how to manage that Cled during team fights. Just from not playing against it as much. I think that he's a great overall support. I think him and Neo have been doing well in the bot lane. If it wasn't for that CLG game, I might have picked him up on Sleeper. But I think they have a decent amount of bright spots where if they can pick something at non-standard as they usually do, and they actually know how to execute on it, they could get an easy dub. Also, I think Huni has like a slight edge over Fake God, but I think that it's not as large.
Well, for putting my 2 cents in there, I'm not gonna lie. For Dignitas to beat TSM, I feel like this is gonna come from the jungle diff. Dardock has to play a really, really good game of League of Legends.
That is true.
And
Saligo needs to not get smashed. I think Saligo's faring decently well though, but he needs to be able to at least hold his own against PoE.
Yeah, I mean, if those two things happen, they can give TSM a run for their money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Dardock #1 needs to pick a new champion because every time he picks a repeat, so you know
that too. But anyways,
I think it's gonna come down to Dardock being able to beat Spica. I think if that happens, Dignitas kind of have a easy way in. TSM has been seemingly stuck on whether they can get Spica off the ground or not in their successes, from what I can see. So, I honestly, I think if Spica gets like Hecarim or Olaf, I think it might just be GG and TSM might just win. But it's just a jungle matchup for me. I do think that Spica is a better jungler, and I think that Dardock is probably going to pick a repeat at this point. He's going to try to play something really standard against them. Otherwise, I think they're just going to lose. Like, I don't think he can pick much that is going to catch TSM off guard and be useful.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to be determined by like how well the bot lane fares, because this is once again Sword Art and Lost versus Afromo and Neo. And if Dignitas actually like plays around bot side, pays more attention there, I think there's a good chance that they can win there.
I think TSM wins that hands down no matter what.
Really?
Yeah.
I think TSM's
Yeah.
bot lane's just better.
Yeah, I believe that's
Better about wins. Better about wins.
Their bot wins.
Like I think
before-
TSM's mid lane, top lane, and bot lane are just straight up better, and that's why it's going to come down to the jungle. And if the jungle can enable the leads he's going to get from his laners.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. This is just about to be a jungle diff game. Whoever trying to see who the better jungler is.
If they can kill Dardoch twice before like 5 minutes, game's over.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
the end of the game. Didn't Cloud9 do that against Dardoch or something like that?
I don't remember. All right. Next game for you C9 fans out here. We got 2 C9 games here though. Cloud9 versus Team Liquid. This is a fucking packed weekend for Cloud9. They play TSM next.
Mm-hmm.
So
We want that salty run back.
salty run back.
We want that salty run back.
I am honestly looking forward to both of these matches. I think that C9 are looking a lot better than TL. They look a lot more steady than TL. TL looked real fucking shaky. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh shit! I skipped a game.
What?
I thought the TSM
Yeah.
Dignitas game was the game we were talking about. We can finish talking about the C9 versus TL one though.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, with the Cloud9 versus TL game, so of course it's gonna come down to once again, it's gonna come down to basically the jungle diff again.
I think it's bot lane.
Somehow.
I
Oh,
second Anthony. I do think it's bot lane.
I think it's bot lane hands down. I think the mid lane is gonna be neutral. And I think
Yeah.
I think
I feel
the
so.
jungle is gonna play to support the middle bot and stack dragons.
Yeah.
And,
just have a feel- I just have a-
unless someone locks an ignite Camille, and then it's
Oh,
a
God.
party in the top
Never.
lane, boys.
Never. I better not see that again.
Alfari will lock that shit in so hard, and you know it.
Yeah, and then you remember the last time Cloud9 went to get up against like Camille?
I'm expecting
no.
it. I'm expecting
If
it.
that actually happens, they're going to lose the game. But I was like,
honestly, I do it to bait him because I know how much he's gonna want to just take that down and keep fucking annihilating that stupid ass pick. And then you just sort of camp 2 people over by top side when he's about to rotate up to do it, and you kill the jungler. That's just how you do it. That's how you counter that.
yeah. And
Mind
before
you,
it's like,
that's
oh,
how
no.
you counter that. That's what you're supposed to fucking do is play to the ignite top lane, but
But
no.
they're not. I don't think that.
Matt, how you feeling about this matchup?
Confident, excited.
Goated.
You think they're gonna win hands down, or who's scaring
Which
you
match
on
are we
TL?
talking about? Your confusion confused me, TBH.
C9 versus TL.
I don't know it's hands down, but I think they're gonna win. Right? Like I don't necessarily think TSM or not TSM. I don't necessarily think TL's gonna get like slapped out. But I think that C9 will actually win. I think it'll be like an okay margin, but not like a bonkers one. You know what I mean?
Who are you scared of on TL?
Jensen's long lost R key. Like I don't know. Like
I'm not scared of nobody except Jensen's Arky. If he can hit that button, we lose.
I don't know. No, that was rude. I apologize. No. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
QH.
Okay. Let's go over to talk about 100 Thieves versus TSM, which is another battle for second place, which is actually a battle for second place.
Yeah, that's. Ooh. 100 Thieves versus TSM?
I think this is actually going to be a very important match for playoff seeding.
Yes, it will.
Because, does TSM have a win over them at the moment? I think I closed. I closed the page.
100 Thieves? TSM 100 Thieves? They TSM has a win over 100 Thieves.
Oh, they do. All right.
Yeah.
So that means if 100 Thieves can win this, they can guarantee a tiebreaker versus TSM if they tie.
Mm.
And if TSM wins this, they're probably going to be guaranteed second or third.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. 100 Thieves also beat No, never mind. Wait, no.
100 Thieves have beaten TL,
No,
100 Thieves
sorry.
beat TL.
Yeah.
They've also 2-0
TSM
Dignitas
beat,
and End, EG, and FlyQuest.
yeah.
Or not 2-0, those last two are just wins. So,
Yeah.
so 100 Thieves are looking for a top 3 finish right now, so is TSM.
Yeah.
But that's why this game's important. Because if TSM beat out 100 Thieves, I think 100 Thieves might actually get pushed out to 4th if another team gets a swing up.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. That's what I'm predicting could happen. I'm not saying that's the outcome, but
it can.
that's why I think this game is important, because in this not unlikely scenario, it will matter a lot for this one game.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think
Who's gonna win it?
I think TSM might have what it takes to beat 100 Thieves.
They might.
They might.
Might.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might.
I think TSM match up pretty well and pretty competitively in most of their lanes. I think TSM have an edge in the mid lane. I think top lane is coin flip Huni time. I do think 100 Thieves might have a slightly better bot lane, but only kind of slightly. I think Sword Art's team fighting is slightly better than who he's so far.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's one of those games.
What?
We have Huni and Huhi back in the same game.
No! Oh god. Oh no.
I also kind of think Closer and Spica is kind of something to watch out for. But,
yeah. Close is a very aggressive player, so
yeah,
that's gonna be interesting to see.
So what's your guys' take on this? Who you feeling? Why?
I think TSM more so because they have some of their wins have just been from going over like doing very basic things that teams should do, like warding at appropriate times, warding in appropriate areas at particular times.
Every pro team should do that, by the way. That shouldn't be like an insane concept. Not that I'm saying you are saying that. I'm just saying every pro team should be able to ward correctly.
Some don't.
And that's a problem.
Nope. GG. Anyhow.
All I gotta say is
moving upwards from that, I think that TSM is probably going to stick to their fundamentals and actually play the game appropriately. I think 100 Thieves is going to skip a couple steps and they're going to get tripped up by it. I think that's more so why TSM might win this game.
Because 100 Thieves are going to overthink themselves?
They're going to big brain themselves out of a dub?
No, they're going to overstep themselves. They're going to overstep themselves. I can feel it. My bad. Hey, just
it's no. I agree with you, Dion. I feel like they're either going to go for like a little bit too much that they shouldn't have, and they're going to get punished heavily for it, or they're going to skip a step in setting up for an objective and get punished for it. I feel like that's something that would happen to 100 Thieves, and I think TSM is very much the team that can exploit that. That's more so.
So the last time these guys met, PoE set the current, I shouldn't say set the record, he set the split record for, I think, farm in a game. He finished a 32-minute game with 397 farm.
Jesus Christ.
Lost had 350 farm in that game. I think that's the 5th place.
Yeah, that's the 5th place.
I don't think that the TS, like, looking at the fucking stat lines for this game, and the fact that Someday got Jace against Gnar, and Gnar died once this entire game, and is only half of TSM's deaths this game. It was 15-2. I have a really strong feeling that TSM are probably going to just chat out on them. If they can just get an okay team comp that's pretty scrappy, and for some reason Untitled Thieves just decide to take some weird ass poke comp with Jace, Nidalee, and Senna.
Yeah.
I honestly, I can totally see this comp getting run back. The Kaisa is the only thing on this comp that I think has really received a nerf directly. Everything else hasn't been touched or has gotten a buff since this game has happened. So I'm expecting TSM to be able to just try to gun it for this run back and just do it again. I don't think Untitled Thieves has improved since this matchup. I think TSM has, so I don't see this game going any other way. Fundamentally on that basis.
Yeah, and my thing is just like I just feel as if like closer is just gonna be a little bit too aggressive in the jungle. He's just gonna overstep his boundaries as like that and such like that, and he's gonna most likely bring Demonte into this as well too and get him killed most likely. And then they're just gonna run it down. That's what I feel is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Matt, you picked who'd you pick for this game?
I don't remember, bro.
TSM as well.
I'm looking at last week. Yeah, that's
TSM. Yeah, I think TSM is the edge, my guy.
Well, let's move on to.
I think Speak is gonna lose in the jungle.
Let's move on to my nightmare for this week: TSM versus Cloud9.
Yeah, you know where this one's going.
My guy.
You know what?
It's C9 all day.
You know what? I believe in the boys.
You shouldn't.
I believe in the boys.
Well, Anthony, you believed in your boys that were your fantasy roster this week, and you got your 4th consecutive L. So, like, I don't know.
I don't believe in those boys. No, there are Untitled Thieves, and my entire roster hinges on Untitled Thieves. I can't get better players because there are not any better players, and I guess I could have picked RJS, but he didn't play this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ironic, isn't it?
All right, so
damn.
TSM versus Cloud9. Matt, why don't you tell us how you think this one's gonna play out?
I think it's gonna be a fucking slappening. No, I think C9 is the better team in just about every respect. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I think that obviously we've had some death issues in the mid lane from time to time. But external to that or outside of that, I think that the team is extremely solid. They're performing really, really well. I think the bot lane for C9 is just actually better. I think it's a pretty good jungle matchup. Like, I don't think Spica or Blabber is like miles ahead of the other per se. But I just think it's going to be that fat ass TSML, you know what I'm saying? That fat L for your homies. And my guys are going to come out with that dubski. Me and Dean are going to be celebrating, drinking champagne.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not, but you know, you get the point.
All right. So here's how I think TSM are gonna win it. They're gonna C9 are gonna pull out the Ignite Camille top lane. I can feel it. I can see it in my mind's eye.
You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in your bones.
Is telling me that C9 are about to play themselves by picking Ignite Camille top lane, and then Spica and Huni are gonna punish the fuck out of it. They're gonna pick some Chad-ass aggro shit, some Renekton Elise, some Renekton Nidalee, some Renekton Hecarim. They're gonna dive her. She's gonna die on repeat. 5 kills before 10 minutes in the top lane. I'm not exactly sure who's gonna get what distribution, but it will all be on Cloud9's death
call
table.
the distribution. We won't hold.
I don't know if the mid laner or the jungler are gonna show up to bother helping Fudge.
Well, what I'm saying is like you don't need to get it right. I just want to general predict. You know, I'm not gonna be mauling if you get it wrong.
I think 2 to 3 on Camille. 1 to 2 on the jungler, and maybe 1 on those mid laner, depending on how the ports and the rotations turn up. Maybe the support dies too.
Hey, that's a respectable little number there. I don't mind that.
I think TSM will die twice getting those 5 kills. That's what I think. So that's where I think this game's gonna be won for TSM, is if they can keep everything else neutral, farm some kills out of top lane, because I do think Fudge is still the massive weak spot, and if they can create a deficit in the top lane, they can somehow drag Blabber into this at a deficit there, and then boom, I think it's easy cakewalk to end this game off of just dragon stacking from that pressure.
Dion, why don't you tell my mans here why he's fucking wrong?
So number one, let's get this straight. We're not picking.
You're not picking
Why
Camille
would
top?
we pick?
No, not Camille. Ignite Camille. Top, I
Ignite
believe.
Camille.
Okay.
Yes, there we go.
He cut out for
Why
a
we-
second,
why
but we speak the
Yeah.
same language as C9 fans, which is
Why are we
better than you.
picking? Why are we picking? Why are we about to do the same thing that we clapped another team with? Why?
I don't know. Why
would we
wouldn't
do
you?
this to ourselves?
You have to prove that you're better.
Good point. Good point. But anyways, we wouldn't do that. Also, furthermore, with that, Fudge is a pretty big spot, weak spot. True, but that's why we're having on something like most like Gragas or some
Something
nonsense.
easy, something low scale.
Something
like
easy,
Gragas.
point click and nonsense, and just like
Yeah, all
He's
those
gonna-
Gragas
he's gonna
point
take his
clicks.
he's gonna take his L. He's gonna farm up, not do anything, and then from there,
Hey,
Blabber's just
all I
gonna-
gotta say is
most
he's got 7 games on Camille, most played.
But does he have
True,
Ignite
but
in
he's the
those
best player.
I
games?
can't
But-
tell. It won't let me see that.
But trust me, like Blabber's just gonna go straight up power farm, and then she's just gonna go power farm. He's gonna barely look at top. Really, he's just gonna go towards. Well,
He's gonna
he
do
might
his
be, like,
business.
top
He's
maybe
gonna mind
every
his
now and
P's
then.
and Q's and get the dub.
He might look at mid, maybe get there once. Perks might just get a solo kill for himself because I don't know.
Perks ain't
He's
getting
just
no
gonna call
solo
some bluff.
kill. Perks is gonna kill himself getting that solo kill. That's what's gonna happen.
No, it's still a solo
that
kill
now.
if you die. Like, to be fair,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
is still a solo kill.
Yeah,
It was just
And
the
also,
solo suicide.
Gragas is his most played
In the split,
for
yeah.
Fudge.
This year,
Yeah,
though,
for
he,
Fudge,
he has 5 games of Camille and playing.
Shh. We don't talk about this year. We talk
You
about
don't talk about the
split,
dark
okay?
times of Fudge?
No, we don't talk about the dark times. We talk about the split.
We're talking
okay?
about right here, right now, dog. We're talking about the moment.
Exactly.
Granted, he might play Gragas, but TSM might play Gragas. I don't know. No,
Good point.
Don't
Like,
even know what's good in Gragas, by the way.
Not
so.
much. He just farms. He's
Yeah,
sort
you
of
just
turns
pick what,
trap-
like you pick like a farm lane.
Yeah,
Or,
you
like,
can pick like Gangplank into it and just farm on him.
Yeah,
I don't know how that shit works, dude. Top lane is an accursed place. I dare not catch my.
No one
ass.
fucking plays Gragas top lane in ranked or normal, so it's just like I never get to actually play against it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's also just
why
like
would you?
when I think about
Why
top
would you?
lane, I think about the area in the Lion King where the hyenas lived, where it's all dark and gloomy and fucking awful.
Yeah, that place over
That's
there.
my
We don't
house.
talk about-
You,
yeah, we
you
don't talk about
you
that.
don't go over there.
How
Yeah.
dare you.
That's not my
Like-
business. Me and Dion are Lion Kings of the jungle vibing.
Yeah.
I feel like
And then
I
we,
feel
we
like
see top and we're like,
I feel like this is
Yeah.
that scene from Shrek where the donkey is going into Shrek's little hovel and he's like talking shit on it, and none of y'all are talking about my nice ass boulder.
That's because your boulder is a pebble, bro. Like
It's a tower. It's a nice tower. That doesn't help me
Nah.
half the time.
Exactly. That's why you die under it each and every
Bastard.
Yo,
time.
shout out to how actually awful league towers are, though, low key.
Aha!
By
I'm safe.
low-key,
I
I
have
mean
my
high-key.
turret. No, you're
Yeah.
not.
Mhm.
Time to die. But yeah, it just feels as if like Blabber's, if he's like Fudge is gonna play most likely Gragas again, gonna farm it out, take his L, get the farm, and not try his best not to die, and most likely won't die all that much. Maybe get maybe 2 kills, 2 deaths under his belt, and then Blabber's just gonna do his job, power farm, look for a gank, most likely in the bot lane and maybe in the mid lane.
Potentially.
Yeah, but just go for objectives, really.
I think this will come down to whoever can stack objectives and then just close out the game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to become competitive over objectives. I think one team's going to get a strong lead and kind of snowball it. Like maybe not snowball it, but they're going to take the lead and play the game slow and try to choke out like a normal fucking game of League of Legends. Because
normal.
for some ungodly reason we decided that crazy hype, dive all the time, every time, see fight, take fight, oh my god, kill everybody. League of Legends is how you play the game, which is just it's sort of obnoxious and awful.
Look, that's the NA way.
That's not the NA way. That's the LPL way. No. You respect your elders.
Oh my god.
You respect the originators of the comp, bro.
Hey, NA is an ARAM. We hit mid game and then we stand mid lane.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's why I believe Cloud9's gonna win the game, though.
You are tripping. This is Cloud9's moment to fail. This is how TSM start their climb to a first place finish. No, I still think they'll probably finish top 3 though, unless TL can turn it the fuck on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to deny the top 3.
Yeah.
Looking at last week, I can't get behind a TL top 3 finish. Like, I can't co-sign that. I don't look. Right now, my top 3 is Cloud9, TSM, and 100 Thieves. But I think TSM and 100 Thieves are like somebody's looking to get in on those two, and one of them's falling out. I think that's very probable. I'm not saying I think it's gonna happen, but I think it's a lot more probable than it might seem looking at the standings. Because I'm looking at TL to make that push.
Yeah.
And then next week they're gonna go 0-3, and I'm gonna be like, fucking nope.
This is it.
All right, Matt. I am out of topics.
Do you want to potentially, and this might be a long shot, but do you want to take us home?
Yeah, I think that'll do it for us this week on the Legendary League of Legends podcast. You can catch us live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can catch the VODs on the YouTube channel Legendary Podcast. You can catch the audio podcast version wherever you get your podcasts. And have a nice day.